Good morning, everyone. It's Sal Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well and everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I am absolutely glad to see you here. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this morning. Absolute pleasure to be here. But before I start, please could you kindly subscribe to the channel? Very important that we get the subscriptions up. We get the, of course, the likes up, the shares up, the notifications up. Just need to get everything going in regards to that. That'd be absolutely perfect. If you guys could do that for me, that'd be absolutely great. Brilliant. Absolutely. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's very, very important for the channel. And let's build it up as we go along, guys. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. In regards to Manchester United, I mean, what a few hours it's been. Look, you think you're cozy in your bed, you're all cozy in your bed, you're all like thinking, oh, everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be great. And then something bombshell happens that Manchester United, of course, are a possibility of loaning Ugarte. Wow, absolutely brilliant. Of course, just laying in my bed last night, see the update from Fabrizio Romano, and I was like, there you go, absolutely, Manchester United. There's no rest for Manchester United at the end of the day. There never is any rest for Manchester United, of course. So the news is that Manchester United are speaking to PSG in regards to a loan deal with an obligation to buy. Now, an obligation to buy basically means that we will sign the player. We're obligated to sign the player unless there's a break clause in the contract, which of course means that we can cancel it if we don't want to buy the player. But it looks likely that Manchester United are delving into a deal, an obligation to buy. As I reported on the 22nd of July, Manchester United are exploring this opportunity to loan Ugarte for the season with an obligation to buy, which means we'll have to pay up cash by this next summer. So we have to save up money by next summer, of course. What do you make of that? My feeling is it's fantastic because at the end of the day, that will free up room for us to purchase players. We'll save some money to purchase players. It'd be good, to be honest with you, and as long as we get that player through the door and we can invest in other areas of the pitch, then that would be absolutely fantastic. A loan with an obligation to buy is one of the things I said. 22nd of July, I said this, a loan with an obligation to buy. That means Manchester United will be obligated to purchase Ugarte. Basically, he will be a Manchester United player regardless, because that means we're obligated to buy him, as I said, unless there is a break clause in the contract, of course. Now let's go for this chat. Good morning, how you doing, Sanjay? Hope you're doing well. Sanjay Ramata, hope you're good morning, Sal. Hope we get Ugarte in. It's becoming a little bit frustrating. People are getting a little bit frustrated at the moment. Don't worry, it's a waiting game at the moment. We just have to be a little bit patient in regards to it. Don't worry. 80% I said, and I'm sure. Good morning, the undeniable Dylan. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. Glad to have you here, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to smash a like. Ugarte, what time is a done deal? It's going to be a done deal, mate. We just have to wait and see. We have to be patient. Sit back. It's happening, Fan. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's happening, Fan. Just remember, it's going to happen. We just have to be patient. The good thing is, if we get the loan deal with an obligation to buy, that means that we can get someone else in as well. We can get another player in as well, which is fantastic news, of course, because then what that will do, turn it from a 7 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 transfer window, in my opinion. Of course, we still haven't got enough players out yet, which obviously isn't Ineos's fault because of the contracts they're on, which is obviously the contracts they've been given is absolutely ridiculous. You've got players hanging on for dear life. Ericsson pretending he's got crutches. No, nothing sinister, of course. You've got a lot of things going on within the club that are just not what you would expect from an elite club in regards to players staying, players hanging on, player power. That's what the word is. Player power. Too much player power is going on at Manchester United right now, and we have to erase that completely from our club, completely, because over the years we've had too many players who've held the cards in their hands, and they're the ones who dictate what goes on at the club. And we need to stop this mentality, to be honest, of players having the power, having the say in what they do. We need to have the power to get rid of players. Say, look, mate, you're not ready for you're not good enough for this club. You need to be out of the door right now. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do to this club. We need to get rid of these players and move on. But some of them are hanging on for dear life. Unfortunately, some of them are hanging on for dear life. And this is hampering us as we want to progress in regards to transfers, of course, which is why we're going after Ugarte with an obligation to loan, obligation to buy at the end of the loan deal, which is absolutely brilliant for me, because at the end of the day, you have to realize that we're going to end up saving that money, and we can also invest it in other areas of the pitch. Of course, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it, at the end of the day? Irfan. Hi, I'm good. I have 61 points from FPL. Not bad. My goal is not coming versus Fulham. Congratulations, my friend. Haven't done the FPL yet. I haven't done the FPL. Unfortunately, I live here in the UAE, so obviously you can't do those little things here. But end of the day, in regards to Ugarte, very pleased that this talks are going on. I said it a month ago, you guys. I did 20 seconds. You can look it up. Obligation to buy, loan with an obligation to buy. So that means we will be obliged to buy the player after his loan deal. We won't be able to just say, look, I don't like him, he can go now. When you have a loan with an obligation to buy, that means you're obligated to buy unless there's a break clause in the contract. So that means he basically is a Manchester United player if he does the loan deal, of course. I expect some more news later on today. We hope, as I said, that the deal is done this week, because we want him on the bench against Brighton. We don't want to be going into the last week not having finished our transfer dealings, not having finished our business. That's what we need. We need to go into the last week confident, this week, confident that we've got most of the transfers done. If we get this loan deal with an obligation to buy, we can go after a left back, maybe even an attacker, who knows? And that's where I bring in Toney. Toney has lowered his wage demands in a bid to force a move away from Brentford. At the end of the day, he was quoted as there was quoted in the media saying that he wanted 400,000 a week. Some said $250,000. Some said 400,000. This is the thing. Media like to sensationalize things. They do not like to make things exaggerated, etc. So, regardless, he has said to say that he would be willing to lower his wage demands to force a move away from Brentford, not Manchester United, away from Brentford. What do you make of that? Now, it depends what his wage demands are. At the end of the day, it depends what the transfer fee is in regards to Toney, of course. Brentford are going to request the transfer fee, which will be substantial, of course. We have to remember that as well. Toney is in his last year of his contract. If he went for 40 million, would you do that deal? It's his wage demands. It depends what he would request in regards to his wage demands. This is why he's very interested in going to Saudi Arabia, of course, which will pay him the money that he wants. I can't pick any bones in regards to that. He's getting on in his career. He's at his peak, of course. So at the end of the day, we can't criticise the player if he wants to earn a bit of P before his retirement bed, of course. At the end of the day, I like the player. I like Toney, but we cannot be paying ridiculous money, especially if we have Xerxes, we have Rasmus, we have these players who are coming through, of course, Absolutely brilliant in regards to the news today in regards to Ugarte and the loan deal. Delighted with that loan deal if that goes through, because we save money and we will be able to invest in players like Toney, in players like a left back, for example. We'll be able to invest in it, guys. So we should be excited about that at the end of the day, that this deal could be going through. I'm 80% sure Ugarte will be playing for Manchester United this season. Absolutely. Nearly 100% sure, but I'm not going to say it's never 90, it's never 100. It's around 80% sure, because anything could happen that he will be playing for Manchester United next season, and hopefully he will be on the bench against Brighton, which will be fantastic. Of course, that would be brilliant and a very, very exciting, of course. Now, in other news, in regards to Scott McTominay. Some news, there's contrasting views in regards to the news, and contrasting in regards to the news, contrasting views in regards to the news in regards to Scott McTominay. Now, Scott McTominay, some are saying that he wants to stay at the club. Some are saying that he wants to leave the club. Now, I just feel like it's about time that Scott McTominay left the club. Of course, Fulham have put in a bid. It's not confirmed yet, but they have put in a bid for Sander Berge. They're trying to steal Sander Berge from Manchester United. What that means is that Fulham will not be going after Scott McTominay. Rumour is that Fulham agreed a fee with Manchester United, but Scott McTominay has said that he would rather wait for Napoli. Now, Napoli don't have the money at the moment. Napoli need to sell a couple of players before they start thinking about Scott McTominay. So at the end of the day, we have to think about what Scott McTominay wants. And this is a thing. We cannot just say Scott McTominay needs to go. He needs to leave. That's it. I'm finished with Scott McTominay at the end of the day. He wants to stay unless he gets an offer from Napoli. Now, we hope and pray that we get an offer from Napoli. If Napoli can somehow raise the funds together, speak to the mafia, speak to whoever you want to speak to, get the money together, Napoli. Come on, capiche? Get the money together, Napoli, so we could sell Scott McTominay. We need to get him off the books. It's been too long. It's been too long. It's been so long. You've been gone. Oh my goodness. We need to get Scott McTominay off the books really, really quickly. Of course, because at the end of the day, I just don't think he's good enough, guys. I really don't think he's good enough, in my opinion. I think Toney will arrest the development of our young strikers. A very good point, Sanjay. The one thing about even Toney, it works for our FFP, whatever FFP does, but it does because he's a British player playing in the Premier League, so it helps our FFP slightly, which is a bonus for Manchester United, of course. When they're looking at FFP. But I absolutely agree. We do have Xerxes. We do have Rasmus in the mix. Obviously, we have Garnacho, Rashford, Ahmad as well in that front three. So it will hamper our development of our young players. Of course, even Toney is not as young chicken anymore. He's 27 years old and he's getting into the peak years of his career. And I don't think that he would want to sit on the bench at Manchester United at the end of the day. I don't think he will want to warm the bench for the likes of Xerxes, for the likes of Rasmus, for example. He's a very opinionated character, a very big character. I like his personality, but as you said, Sanjay, it will hamper the development of our youngsters, although it is a squad game and we can bring in youngsters in and out. That's what a squad is about. It's always, remember when under the days of Sir Alex Ferguson, we had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Dwight York, Teddy Sheringham, Andy Cole, you know, back in those days. So, and they rotated well. It's all about the team. It's all about the squad. Now, if even Toney came to a Man United, and he did play for Man United, he's going to have to accept that at the end of the day, that he's going to be a bit part player. No, not a bit part, but he's going to be a rotated player with Rasmus and Xerxes, of course. But that is the one stumbling block. I don't personally think this deal is going to happen. I think he'll go elsewhere. But it is one to look out for, it's one to look for, because at the end of the day, he has said that he would be willing to lower his wage demands, of course. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Watch this space in regards to that. Man United are not short on attacking players, but we are short on goals. That is a big deal at the moment. We are short on goals. We do need someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. I believe Rasmus can be that guy. I really do believe Rasmus can be the guy who can put the ball in the back of the net for us, in my opinion, guys. In my opinion, I think he'll be the one who can eventually. But he does need to improve on his first touch. Of course, working under Ruud van Nistelrooy, Rasmus is only going to improve, of course. He's got the strength, he's got the speed, he's got someone now who can nurture him into becoming the world-class striker, which I believe he can become, guys. I do believe that. KD, long time no see. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Top of a morning to ya. KD. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. I was wondering what's going on with KD these days. I haven't seen him lately. Good to have you back, mate. Very, very good to see you. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I believe that Rasmus will develop. Rasmus, under the stewardship of Ten Hag and Ruud van Nistelrooy and René Hake, I feel like he will become the striker that we believe he will become. He's got the potential, and I believe he will. And as you said, Sanjay, that is very true. We have to think about the young players as well. We don't want to just bring in a player and forget about the young players. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? We do need goals, and we do need goals quickly, of course. Irfan, Sancho news, he go. Sancho is all up in the air at the moment, of course. Jadon Sancho is a difficult one. His wages are a stumbling block, of course. Borussia Dortmund was singing the praises about Sancho last season, how much they loved Jadon Sancho, how much they adored Jadon Sancho. We all remember those quotes, those tweets. One thing that sticks out in my head, though, guys, one thing, if you look at his Instagram page, it's all Dortmund. It's all Dortmund. I'm not too pleased with that. I think he hasn't changed it to Man United at all. Nothing to do with Man United on his Instagram. I think that's a bit sad at the end of the day, considering he's playing for Man United, not Borussia Dortmund. I thought he would have posted some pictures of himself training, etc., in a Man United shirt. He hasn't done that. So is it the end for Jadon Sancho? Of course, was left out the squad against Fulham. That does say a lot in regards to where his future is at the end of the day, because when you're left at the squad, he was not injured, he was not suspended, as it is with Ugarte, who was left at the squad against Le Havre for PSG on Friday. There's three things: you're either injured, suspended, or you're leaving the club. So is Sancho leaving the club? It could be that he is. It might be a loan. We hope we get a loan with an obligation to buy it. We don't really want to loan players out again, running down their contract. It doesn't do us any good. It doesn't help us financially at the end of the day. The only thing it helps us with is disgruntled dressing rooms and things like that. But I believe that Jadon Sancho does need to go to fight. It just hasn't worked out at the end of the day, in my opinion. And I do believe that he does need to go now. And I hope that we can find a buyer who will be willing to pay his wages. Is that PSG? I don't know. But it looks like Manchester United are going after a loan for Ugarte, not a swap deal with an obligation to buy. Which means Ugarte is basically a Manchester United player, because Man United will be obligated to purchase Ugarte after the season ends, of course, next summer. Hayden, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Manchester United have always been stacked in the striker department. Historically, we are so light up front. Rasmus is unproven and he keeps getting injured. This is the reason we need a strong squad, Hayden. Exactly. This is the reason why you need players there who can rotate with Rasmus, because at the end of the day, young players are going to get injured, and you have to remember that. Young players, if you push them too hard, if you play them too much, this is why I'm a little bit worried about Kobbie Mainoo as well. Kobbie Mainoo is another player that I don't want us to run into the ground and play every single game. This is why we need a squad. I would have loved the Zubimendi, because Zubimendi would be a natural replacement for Kobbie Mainoo. Ugarte would be the shielding midfielder, of course, in front of the defensive midfielder, along with Casemiro. We need a squad there, and that is very true, Hayden. You make a very good point in regards to the striker. We cannot rinse them to the ground, because at the end of the day, they are not developed yet. Rasmus is the finished product. Rasmus is a potential. I'm happy that Rasmus is working under the stewardship of Ten Hag, under Ruud van Nistelrooy and René Hacker. They're going to help him a lot, and he will become a very, very good striker. We just have to be patient. Some players develop late as well. Some players develop early. It depends on the style of player. He was top scorer in Champions League briefly, of course, last season. So we have to keep that in mind. We have to keep that in mind. He is capable of doing big things. He just needs time to come out the side, come in the side, go out the side, come in the side. A bit like Cristiano Ronaldo did. Alex Ferguson did with Cristiano Ronaldo when he first came to the club. Take him out the side, bring him in the side. Take him out the side, bring him in the side. That's what Man United need to do with these. At the moment, we're rinsing them players down to the ground. We're playing too much. Every single game, they're in the starting lineup. It's like Bruno, isn't it? We're burning out these players, and we do need a squad at the end of the day. And teams need to accept that they're going to have to accept being rotating at the end of the day. Of course, Juventus looking for Sancho. We hope so. Juventus haven't got much money, fan, so we're going to have to wait and see. Last time Juventus came in, they were looking for a loan deal. So we're not looking for a loan deal. We're looking for a permanent deal. Of course, we don't want to run down his contract. It doesn't work for us financially. Ineos are not interested in that anymore. That was from Murta and Woodward days. Juventus, if they're going to have Sancho, they're going to have to pay up 30, 40 million. Are they going to get that money to pay up that money? Are they going to get the cash to pay it up? I hope so, because Juventus will be a good move for him. Of course, there were rumours about Juventus a couple of months ago, of course, going to Juventus, but they didn't have the money then. So it depends if they sell Chiesa. Chiesa is wanted by a number of clubs. Manchester United were interested in Chiesa as well, but Chelsea have now entered the frame for Federico Chiesa. Chiesa is a fantastic player, but why would Chelsea want to go after him? How many signings do Chelsea need to buy? How do they avoid FFP? Something is definitely going on there. I don't know what's going on. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, my friend? I hope you are doing well. Sancho has no respect for the fans. Get rid. Absolutely. I forgive, but I don't forget in regards to Jadon Sancho. We have to forgive because we move on, because it's unhealthy to bear grudges and that. But he's not going to be a Manchester United player. I don't think, left out of the squad at the weekend. That is a big thing at the end of the day. And what he did to Ten Hag in the time that we needed him, in the time that we were struggling, was out of order. I will never forgive Sancho for doing that. I forgive Sancho for doing that, but I'll never forget what Sancho did on that day with that tweet. Left on for 2 weeks. He still has Borussia Dortmund pictures on his Instagram. He has nothing to do with Manchester United on his Instagram at the end of the day. So that does tell you a lot about where his mind is. He's definitely not at Manchester United. Kerwin, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I hope when Ineos accept the PSG loan deal for Ugarte, remember to set the 1 year royalty. Yeah, mate. You know, obligation means you're contracted to buy it in summer. In the summertime, you are contracted to buy it. It is no, I'm not feeling that player. Get rid of him. A bit like they did with Amrabat. It's nothing to do with that. It's an obligation to buy it unless there's a break clause in the contract, which it probably won't be a break clause in the contract because PSG really and truly don't want to do this deal. They want to cash Sal, of course. So they're not going to put a break clause in that contract. Definitely not. I doubt that they'll put a break clause in that contract. They're going to say, Ugarte to Man United, loan deal with an obligation to buy next summer. If you don't buy him, you are going to be taken to court. In regards to court, I just read something today in regards to Manchester City, is it believed, taking... who are they taking to court? They're taking someone to court. Can you believe being taken to court by Manchester City? It's like being taken to court by Richard Ramirez. For goodness sake, how Manchester City... I believe who they're taking to court. They're taking Atletico Madrid. I think they're taking to court if they don't pay the fee for one of their players who they purchased. If they don't pay Alvarez, that's it. If they don't pay the money for it, they're taking. I think it's Atletico Madrid. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. And they're taking them to the court. If you're being taken to court by Manchester City, for goodness sake, it's like being taken to court by a serial killer. Honest to God, can you imagine being taken to court? You have to look at yourself in the mirror if you're being taken to court by Manchester City 115, the most corrupt team in the universe, of course. KD, yeah, Matt, been missing in the action, had to travel to a funeral. Condolences, bro. Sorry to hear that. Back in the groove of things, catching up with the channel's content. Good job, bruv. Thank you, brother. Good to see you here. Hope everything's well with you, family. Condolences, man. Godspeed. I hope you're recovered and your family doing well. Life is just a stepping stone. Remember that life is just a stepping stone for the greatness that we await us, you know, for the beautiful paradise that awaits us, of course. Beautiful. Good to see you, Katie, though. Absolutely good to see you. Hayden, interested to see how Ugarte works in the high press. I've been watching some clips of him today and yesterday in regards. He does well, mate. He does well, Hayden. I've been watching it. He's been doing nutmegs. He's been taking on players, etc. I just don't think it's worked out for him at PSG, mate. I just don't think sometimes at PSG, PSG are not known for developing players. It is known for going wrong at PSG. So I just don't think it's worked out quite well enough for him. So I think Man United are different. Man United can develop him better structure, better club. You know, so I believe that he will be a fantastic player at Man United. Quote me if I'm wrong, Hayden, when it comes to the time. When it comes to the time, quote me if I'm wrong, man. Trust me. I believe it. I believe it. I believe in Ugarte. I hope you believe in Ugarte too. I believe in it. And I hope he succeeds at Manchester United. I hope he's on the bench against Brighton. Lies around me, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Morning, Sal. You, the man with the top news. Nice. Big up yourself, lies around me. It's good to have you here every single morning. Much love to you and much love to everyone associated with yourself as well. So thank you for joining me, mate. Very good to have you here as always. Hayden, we could luck teams up playing Ugarte and Casemiro. Yeah, we could do the low block, the super low block with the bus in front of the defence. We could park the bus in front of the defence and we can just say, right, we're playing away to Man City. Let's park the bus and let's get the job. It's a good point, actually. You do need these weapons in your armoury. You do need these weapons in your army. I take it back to when we played Barcelona in the Champions League final the 2 times. We could have done with a Casemiro and Ugarte, mate. Fletcher was suspended for that game, of course, the second game. We needed 2 defensive midfielders in there to handle Iniesta, Xavi, Messi. At that time, you know, we could have done with that. Sometimes you need that shield. You need that protective block. Absolutely. City taking 1 to court is like Trump suing for fraud. Oh my goodness! Exactly. It's like Trump taking someone to court for sexual assault. Oh God! Listen, imagine being taken. I'm taking you to court. Richard Ramirez says, "I'm taking you to court. Why? You punched me." Oh God! But you've only killed about 20,000 people. Cohen Nixon, believe this is in Ugarte wins the player of the year in the EPL. PSG will be like, whoops, my bad, we want him back. Yeah, exactly. This is another point. This is when it comes to the break clause in the contract with the loan deal. If there is a break clause in there, which means PSG can rip the clause up and say, look, we want the player back, or Manchester United could say, look, no, we don't want him, he's not good enough. That is what a break clause is. So if Manchester United, if it works out for him and he does very well and there's a break clause in the contract, PSG are going to go, well, you've got to offer us 70 million now because he's done really well. Unless there's obviously a deal in the contract that you have to pay a certain amount of money. But if there's not, they can easily ask for any silly money. It's important that the break clause is important if it doesn't work out, if he gets injured, for example. But at the same time, we can lose the player as well if he does very well. So it's a double-edged sword. It's multi-layered. It's crazy when you think about it in a deal like that. I doubt there will be a breaking clause in this contract. So that I think that Ugarte will be staying at Man United and we'll be obligated to pay the money that we are contractually obligated to pay. Around, obviously, 50 million. It'll probably be, interest in that as well, because it's like a loan, really, isn't it? A loan deal in regards to cash. It's like a cash loan deal, obviously. So, obviously, interest would be added on top of that, of course, which obviously would add to the price. But hopefully we have the money by then. We hope so. We hope we have the money by then. Liza Rami, Ugarte Casemiro midfield would be great. Casemiro has the highest chances created so far from the Man City and Fulham game. Ugarte will free him up even more. Absolutely, mate. Ugarte is key to our aspirations for this season, not only in regards to Casemiro, in regards to Mainu as well. He's key to our success this season. I believe he's very important to us going forward in regards to success. He will unlock Mainu. He will unlock Casemiro. He will unlock Bruno as well. Bruno won't have to come back too much because we'll have Ugarte there to sweep up in front of the defence. So it works out. It's a very, very important and very shrewd deal. We need Ugarte and we need to get him through the door, whether that's a loan deal, a swap deal, a cash deal. We need to get that through the door because, as you said, it opens up the teams and tactically we'll have more balance. We'll have more defensive astuteness about us. We will be a lot more solid team because at the moment, it seems like when we attack, we get counter-attacked on and we look wide open and every team looks like they're going to score when they counter-attack and it's a bit of chaos back there every time we counter-attacked on. So Ugarte will act as that shield. He will be the clean-up. He'll be that guy. He'll be the Roy Keane. He'll be the Owen Hargreaves, if you like. He will be that guy who cleans up in front of the defence. So, yeah, very good point at the end of the day. But also we can move our team tactically. We can move to a defensive tactics, of course, with Ugarte and Mainu and Casemiro, of course. We can go to an attacking lineup, go a bit gun-ho, keeping Ugarte in that defensive shield, just in case we get counter-attacked on. He got the legs as well. The problem is with Casemiro, he doesn't have the legs. That's the issue with that. We will get any more signings after Ugarte. Yes, I believe we will. If we get Ugarte with an obligation to buy it, that means we don't have to pay a substantial fee, which means that we can put the money towards a left back or an attacking player, if we like. I believe we need a left-sided player. We need a Kadioglu. I hope that we can get that deal done. That would be good. 30 million euros is not a lot for one of the best up-and-coming young left-backs, young full-backs, and left-sided centre-back and left wing-back in the world, and because that is what Kadioglu is. At the end of the day, Man United, there were rumours that Man United were put off by the price, but Man United could get a deal for Ugarte on a loan deal with an obligation to buy that will free up space cash-wise for us to purchase a Kadioglu, or if they want, go after even Toney if they want. But I believe we want a left-back. I believe we should be going for a left-sided centre-back, a left wing-back, which Kadioglu is, all wrapped into one big package, of course. Adebayo, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. United, we stand. Go Reds. Let's go, Manchester United. Let's go. We got a big game on Saturday, of course, against Brighton and Hove Albion. What are your score predictions for that game? Bit nervous I am, but I'm always nervous when it comes to Manchester United. I'm confident but nervous. Cautious optimism, as they say. I think we're going to win the game 3-1. This is my prediction. Manchester United 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Manchester United 3, Brighton over Albion 1. That is my prediction for the game. You cannot hide from that prediction because I predicted 5-1 against Fulham and it should have been 5-1. Don't you come with, oh, it wasn't 5-1. You predicted 5-1. What happened to your 5-1? It should have been 5-1, guys. It should have been. Big up yourself, Eric. Good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe and smash a like. It's so important. It's so important for the channel. Let's challenge the elites. Let's get them. Let's grab them down to this level here. Sea level, guys. Absolutely. So, hopefully by the Brighton game, we will have Ugarte on the bench. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Wouldn't that be exciting? Even if we're winning the game, we can get him on for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. That'd be fantastic. I'm predicting, I'm putting my head out there. I'm putting my head mullet. I'm putting my head right in there like Harry Maguire, slab head. I'm putting it right in there and saying that we will have Ugarte by the Brighton game. We hope we have Ugarte by the Brighton game. Let's just hope, right, when we get our strikers back, we can score some goals. We can cross some goals. Because we're playing like a bunch of vampires at the moment. We don't like to cross. So we need to cross a lot more. We need to assist for the strikers, of course. That's what we need to do at the end of the day. And hopefully Rasmus will play some minutes. Rasmus is probably about 2 weeks off, though, at the end of the day, with his fitness, with his match fitness, of course. Hopefully, I heard that he's back. He's ahead of schedule. So there may be a small chance that he might be fit for the Brighton and Hove Albion game. Given, how you doing, my friend? Given, how you doing, Mr. Given? I hope you're doing well. Good to have you here, friend. I hope you're doing well. Let's get at least 2 or more, guys. We can. Yes, we can. So will we. Yes, we can. So will we. We will get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Now, I'm getting carried away now. We will get one is Ugarte, and hopefully we'll get another one, which will be Kadioglu, which is Kadioglu is a fantastic player, of course. Absolutely brilliant player. And I've been advocating for Kadioglu. I've been part of the Kadioglu fan club 4 months now. So at the end of the day, you guys, you need to give me Kadioglu. We need to have that energy. We need to focus and get that Kadioglu energy. If we get Ugarte through the door on a loan with an obligation to buy, of course. With an obligation to buy. Good morning, Tony. How you doing, my friend? Good morning, family. Good to have you here again. Really good to see you. I'm doing very well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hayden, Brighton will get beaten 2-0. Big up, Hayden. Yes, we know. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So will we. We will defeat Brighton. Did I come off my stream a bit? Yeah, just a minute ago. Yes, I did. Sorry about that, guys. If my stream goes off, don't worry about it. I'll be back. I'll be back here, back again with the mixing sound. Back again with the mixing sound. Yes, I think 2-0 is a good scoreline. I think 3-1 myself. I do think 3-1 myself. But it's a 2-goal difference. Kenny, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you do. I hope Ugarte comes soon. This saga reminds me of the Young saga. Don't say that, Kenny. Oh my goodness me, you put me in the mood now. You've raised my blood pressure. Now you've raised my blood pressure. All the anxiety's coming over me now. I need to calm down. Look, it's happening, mate. It's happening. 80% sure it's happening. 80% sure it's happening. As sure with the rings around my eyes, it's happening, mate. Every single morning, it's happening. Absolutely, it's going on, mate. It's going on. Now the team is going strong for the cup. It's for United. Big up, Eric. Big up yourself, the positivity. That's what we need at Manchester United. We need that energy. We need that energy. We need the energy. We need the poison. Yeah, we need the energy, guys. We need that at the end of the day. We do. Right, Hayden, how you doing? Well, we need Ugarte for Liverpool. Yeah, we need it for the Liverpool game. Absolutely. He will act as our shield. If we could beat Brighton, if we could beat Southampton leading up to the Liverpool game, well. What a start to the season that would be. If we beat Brighton and we beat Southampton, then we beat Liverpool, that will add to the morale. And Arnie's slivery slot, will be there crying on the bench, thinking I made the wrong choice going to Liverpool, because Man United will be on an amazing run, of course. We will be. Sanderberg going to Fulham, I heard. Yeah, Fulham, stalking Manchester United, of course, have bid 20 million for Sanderberg, which means that they are not going after McTominay. Now, there was rumours circulating that McTominay does not want to go to Fulham, which is why Fulham turned their attention to Sanderberg. Now, and what you make of that, I'm disappointed that he's not going to be leaving for Fulham. Now, the only hope is Galatasaray, Fenerbahce or Napoli. That's the only hope in regards to Scott McTominay leaving. He does need to leave the club. He's been here too long. I feel like he's just been here way too long now. We need to move on with Scott McTominay. Any FPL players on here? Bruno owes me. Need a goal from assist from him. 2-1 United. Bruno will have a good game against Brighton. KD, remember this, right? Bruno, goal, assist. Net on Saturday. Goal, assist for Bruno. 3-1 Manchester United. 3-1 Manchester United it will be. It will be 3-1, guys. Absolutely. I still have Bruno in my FPL. Wizard saved my FPL points this week. And Bruno will save it even more on Saturday. Make sure you climb up the league. KD and Kenny, climb up that table, my friend. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do it for me. Do it for me. If you don't do it for anyone else, do it for me, yeah? Do it for me. Absolutely. KD, fan, yeah, big up everyone in the chat. Big up the family. Yo, KD, what's good? Yo, Kenny, what's good? Knowing me, knowing you. Aha. But good to see you all, guys. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. Hayden, Toney lowering his wage demands makes me think he wants to stay in the Premier League. Yes, as I said earlier in the show, he's willing to lower his wage demands, which means he's basically pushing a move away from Brentford. That means he wants to leave for Brentford. And it's like, do you know what, Man United? I'm lowering my wage demands. You know I'm lowering my wage demands. I'm lowering them. Do you know I'm lowering my wage demands? Are you still looking for a striker? I'm lowering them. I am. That's basically what Toney is doing. He wants Man United, but he might end up in Saudi Arabia instead. KD, all good. Was hoping Sri Lanka would save me, but guess it's too soon. Setting in, we'll catch up. Definitely, mate. It's still soon in the FPL. Of course, you have to remember that anything can happen. Anything can happen. I used to have a friend of mine who used to play the FPL. He always used to win every single year. Every year he would win the FPL. I used to think he had a deal with Sky Sports or something, Super 6. I used to think he had a deal with them or something. He had some sort of fraud going on because at the end of the day, he was winning every single season. And I was like, what's going on? This is cheating. He's cheating, mate. He's cheating. Absolute. Oh, my goodness. Name was Ben, by the way. How much anyone wants to bet Luke Shaw will be ready in time for the international training camp? His loyalty to the fans is so disappointed. I know, and especially the fans that are backed him from thick and thin from day one. Those fans are backed Luke Shaw from thick and thin. The guy seems to make himself fit internationally. As soon as Man United come around the corner, nah, I'm feeling a little twitch. I'm feeling a little twitch in my ankle. I don't think I can make it. Sorry, guys. I wait to the next international break. We can't keep having that. That's why I'm a firm believer in Kadioglu. I want Kadioglu at Manchester United. That's why I want Kadioglu, because we cannot keep relying on Luke Shaw and Tyro Malacia to come back. When you coming back? When you coming back? For goodness sake, it's like Tupac. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. You're not coming back. He's injured. He's injured. He's always bloody injured, for goodness sake. Oh, my goodness me. He has more injuries than a mummy. Lies around me. Casemiro, Xerxes, goals against Brighton. Yes, my man. You know what? You get me excited. You know when you say things like that, lies around me, I get the adrenaline. I want the game to come now. I want the game now. I don't want it. I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. Definitely want it all. Absolutely no Freddie Mercury. I want it all. I want Manchester United to win on Saturday. Xerxes goal, Bruno goal, De Ligt from the corner, a header, a bullet header straight into the corner. What? Ah, goodness. Do you know what? Football's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Adebayo, my friend, clean sheet United to win 2-0 against Brighton. Mate, Lita, De Ligt, Mazrui, absolutely solid as a rock. Absolutely solid as a rock. I can't wait till that defence gets going. I can't wait till they play with each other again and again and again. It's going to be solid. Vidic and Ferdinand, Pallister and Bruce, Leacher and De Ligt. That's what it's going to be like. Can't wait for it. Absolutely buzzing for it at the end of the day. We're going to be solid, guys, which makes a change from Evans, Maguire and Lindelof, of course. If Toney comes to Old Trafford, I'll have to go and see him at Old Trafford. Even though I hate that drive from London. Hayden, you're from London. I'm from London. Whereabouts in London are you from, Hayden? I'm from Leytonstone. Leytonstone, massive, like David Beckham. That's where I was born. Whips Cross, like David Beckham. Same thing. Not from the same nurse. We were born different years, but the same hospital. Who knows? Who knows? Big nose. Who knows? At the end, from Leytonstone, we're actually from in London, my friend. Big up London. Haven't been back in 2 years. That's my home. But at the end of the day, yes, the trek from London to Manchester is absolutely treacherous. Brixton, massive. I used to work in Marks and Spencer's in Brixton, Hayden. I used to work in Marks and Spencer's in Brixton and New Look. They closed New Look, didn't they? They closed New Look. I used to work in New Look in Brixton. I used to work in Marks and Spencer in Brixton. I also worked with a guy called Big Nasty, who's a big celebrity in England. He's from Brixton. He's a pal of mine as well. So love Brixton. Big up the Brixton Massive. I used to get a Buster Tooting from there as well. Big up the Brixton Massive. Love Brixton. Big up yourselves, every one of you. South East London in the house. I'm from East London though, guys. East London. East London. Sure, shouldn't have played in the Euros. Wasn't fit. Yeah, exactly. Should have been loyal to United and worked on his fitness. Maguire trained throughout the break. Absolutely, KD. And what's even more disappointing is that he went straight on holiday. He didn't go to the LA tour. He didn't go to the Los Angeles tour and start training to get himself fit, did he? He didn't do that, did he? And he went straight on holiday. Disgusting, man. And then you got players like Licha Martinez, who played in the whole Copa America. Every single game he played in the Copa America. Won the Copa America. And still was fit. What do you say about that? Kenny, I'm going 2-0 win against Brighton. Let's keep it one game at a time. Exactly, mate. One game at a time. Very good point. We have to keep our feet on the grounds, Kenny. We do have to keep our feet on the grounds. We have to believe that we have to win that game and we move on to the next game. Firstly, it's Brighton. They will pose a threat. They're going to want to cause an upset. We've had some bad results over there in the past. I think we've lost 4 there before. We need to be very smart and we need to be ready for that game because, you know, Brighton, they're going to come at us and we need to be ready to counter them at the nearest opportunity. Greyo, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Sander Berg confirmed transfer to Fulham. Breaking news on Sky Sports News. Well. I told you guys that at the end of the day, Scott McTominay has decided that he doesn't want to go to Fulham. So Fulham have stolen Sander Berg from Manchester United. Another one bites the dust. Dun, dun, dun. Another one bites the dust. He's gone to Fulham. Good for him. Let him go to Fulham. Go away. Go to Fulham, Sander Berg. You're sandy with your Sander Berg. You're in the sand. You're in the mud. Go away. We're getting Ugarte loan with an obligation to buy. Sander Berg has been told he's not going to Man United. We are getting Ugarte with an obligation to buy on loan, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Brixton. Big up. Mazraoui, I can't believe how he makes Man U look like a different team. And I saw Mazraoui, and I saw him in midfield. I saw him on left back. I saw him on right back. This guy's an immense on his debut as well. Of course, played with heart. Of course, he has a heart problem. Big up, Mazraoui. Hope you're doing well. And I wish you nothing but blessings and peace and health. Absolutely fantastic performance. Can't wait to see him against Brighton. Can't wait to see him going forward. I was so impressed with his performance. Arguably man of the match, wasn't he? Oh, Mac, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. United are running out of midfield. Options in Ugarte now, the Fofana and Berger off the table. Amrabat can't be plan B. Don't worry, we'll get Ugarte. Ugarte and Casemiro will be okay. It will be okay for going into the season. Let's not downplay Casemiro. Played well on the weekend. We have Casemiro and Ugarte. Of course, that would be brilliant. The only issue is that's the only 2 we got. Eriksen, dead legs. McTominay doesn't play in the midfield. Of course, Bruno doesn't do well there. And Mount can't play there. It's a difficult one. So we will have Casemiro and we'll have Ugarte. So hopefully they will stay fit. That's the main thing I'm hoping. And because we've had so many deals. We've had 6 transfers this summer so far. So at the end of the day, you know, was it 4 or 5? I think we can't do everything in this window. We can't. There's lots of players who don't want to leave. Lots of players hanging on for dear life. Lots of players pretending they got crutches, for example. I'm surprised that Eriksen didn't put on the neck brace. That would have made it even more believable, wouldn't it? Surrey Red now live in Cyprus. Big up Surrey. I used to live in Dorking, Brian. I used to live in Dorking, Surrey. I lived there for 2 years. Absolutely beautiful part of the world. Surrey Hills near Leatherhead. That's where I used to live, guys. I've lived around. I'm from East London originally. East London, Leytonstone. Moved around. I moved to Dorking. To the countryside, lived in a house, very big house in the country. By the way, Blur, Damon Albarn, he's from Leytonstone as well. Yeah, love from Canary Wolf. Big up Canary Wolf, massive. Big up the DLR, massive. Big up the Jubilee Line, massive crew. Big up yourself, Adebayo. Big up the Jubilee line. Love the Jubilee line. Greenwich, all that business. Love it. Big up, big up. I love Canary Wharf. You know what? I love Canary Wharf. I don't know why I used to love Canary Wharf. I still do at the end of the day because I'm an East Ender. Maybe it's because I'm an East Ender. I don't know, but I do love Canary Wharf. Absolutely. Hayden, I'm not mad at this lad going to Fulham. Neither am I, to be honest. At the end of the day, we're not putting our full eggs in one. We're putting our eggs in one basket in regards to Ugarte. I don't think we have time or we have the resources to go after 2, 3, 4. So obviously Sanderberg's thinking, well, you don't want me that much, so I'm going to go to Fulham, and he's not going to miss his opportunity to play in the Premier League. Although, who knows? You know, maybe he's been told that we're not going to be going after him. Maybe he's been told that, you know, we're going to be getting Ugarte on loan with an obligation to buy, which looks like the likely scenario. Good morning, Evovo. How you doing, my friend? Evovo Desmond, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope everything is cushy as can be. Hayden, Ugarte means we will have 8 midfielders at the club, and how many of them are good? You know, at the end of the day, sorry, I don't mean to be blunt, but how many of them play as a specialist centre midfielder? I'm really excited about the young players, Collier. I'm excited about Toney. I'm excited about those players. Very, very excited. I believe Toney, Colina, and Casemiro and Ugarte would be good for us going forward. I think that it's decent. You know, with Ericsson, with Bruno, with Mount, I don't think they can play in that position. I think it's a specialist position. And we do need more, of course, we do. But at the end of the day, we're signing players and we are, you know, running out of time. You know, there's only so much you can do in a transfer window unless you're Chelsea. And I don't know what Chelsea do. They're going after Federico Chiesa now. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know how they avoid FFP. I don't know if anyone could enlighten me. They're absolutely crazy with their FFP. Karen Nixon, respond to Grayer. Burnley hasn't accepted the 20 million plus add-ons transfer fee as of yet. That's true. I believe Sander wants United to move more than Fulham. Absolutely, he hasn't. Just to speak clarity, that he hasn't agreed to go to Fulham yet. He hasn't agreed that yet. But the deal, the offer has been the transfer offer has been accepted. But as we know with Branthwaite, as we know with Ugarte, just because it's been accepted doesn't mean there's 2 layers to it. It's the player and the club. Let's remember. Brian, Reds are here, Reds are here, Reds are here every effing where. Absolutely. You're going to get me demonetized, Brian, at the end of the day. Yeah, Reds are everywhere, my friends. We are here in the house. We are worldwide as well. We are worldwide in the house, guys. Absolutely in the house. In the house. Lies around me. I'm happy Berg has gone to Fulham. So now we can get Ugarte and Amrabat for around 10 million. Do you know what? This football game is funny because it's about opinions at the end of the day. Opinion is what matters the most, guys. Opinion. And some people don't rate Sanderberg. Some people don't think he's good enough. I'm a bit on the fence in regards to that. I'm not sure that he's the Man United. I keep referring back to Schneiderlin. Do you remember Schneiderlin from Southampton? We signed him and it just was like, everyone was excited when they signed Schneiderlin. Finally, the missing piece of the jigsaw. And then he played and we were like, nah, I don't think he's the right guy. I don't know, nah. And he didn't play, did he? I don't play. Grayo, in response to Kerwin, I just saw the breaking news headlines. We went by that. Yeah, he's probably going to go at the end of the day. If it looks like the deal is gaining momentum, maybe it's a tactic. Who knows? Maybe. Missed the show a lot lately. Have been down about getting better. Volvo, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I was sick last week as well. People on the show would tell you I was all snotty nose, choking on the stream. For example, people thought it was an episode of Casualty. It was that bad. Do you know what I mean? But I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're getting better. Blessings to you, my friend. And just take lots of red, take lots of ginger, take lots of turmeric, take lots and lots of what's the other lemon as well. Yeah, you absolutely have to do that, my friend, and boil some chicken. Yeah, absolutely. Big up. Pransant, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Good to see you back. Haven't seen you in ages. Good to see you. 9 midfield and still in Mebry, though. Mebry will be gone. He's got 1 year left on his contract. He'll be gone soon. Don't worry, he'll be gone at the end of the day. A lot of these players won't even be playing. Good morning, Emmanuel. My friend, I hope you're doing well, sir. I'm late. Was prepared for today's work. What's the update about Ugarte? Ugarte loan with an obligation to buy. That's the news coming out of Manchester United. Of course, I reported this on the 22nd of July. I reported that Manchester United are putting in an offer with a loan with an obligation to buy. I said that, and it looks like that deal will go ahead the obligation to buy. It looks like PSG are happy with that. Of course, that means that Manchester United have basically signed the player, because once you have an obligation to buy it, that means you're obligated to buy it, unless there's a break clause in a contract, which I'm guessing there probably won't be, because it takes away the power from PSG. Indeed, it probably takes the power away from Manchester United. If he does very well at Manchester United, he might go back to PSG, or PSG might offer more money. So I'm guessing it'll be a signing with an obligation, a loan signing with an obligation to buy, without the break clause, I'm guessing. But obviously it's up in the air at the moment. We have to wait. I'll refresh it, check it out. Definitely, guys. Fabrizio confirming move on X 12 minutes ago, my guys. Let's have a look at that. Fabrizio Romano is coming out with the news, my friend Fabrizio Romano. Hopefully, I'll have him on the show very, very soon, guys. Spoken to his entourage, spoken to him. Hopefully, have him on the show very, very soon. With all being well, of course. Let me just have a look at Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Let's have a look at this. There's the news about Felix. I don't know. What do you make of that Felix news about Sanderberg in London to complete formal steps of his move to Fulham from Burnley for 20 million initial fee plus 5 million on add-ons. Medical test book. That means, guys, Sanderberg's going to Fulham. It's not confirmed 100%, but that's basically 80-90% sure he's going to Fulham, guys. So that is Sanderberg off the table. I told you it's Ugarte. I've been telling you for weeks it's Ugarte. We've told Sanderberg we're getting Ugarte. That's what's happened. We've told Sanderberg, sorry, mate, we're going after Ugarte with a loan with an obligation to buy. Sorry, mate, it's not going to happen this time. Maybe next time, fella. Maybe next time, of course. Gaio, Kerwin, big up the family, big up Almac. Any Sancho news, go one, play him as a trade would be good. At the end of the day, the problem with Sancho at the moment is his wages. His wages are astronomical, and we're still trying to find a suitor for Jadon Sancho. It looks like the swap deal with PSG is off the table, with Manchester United about to accept a loan, or PSG about to accept a loan deal with an obligation to buy, which means that the Sancho situation is up in the air. Now, we can either drift him out and play him in the reserve, but that doesn't make financial sense to us. We're going to have to use him. We're going to have to play him. We can play him as a false number 9, etc. His wages are astronomical. The one thing I'm very disappointed about in regards to Sancho is that he's still got Borussia Dortmund pictures on his Instagram. He's not got one Man United picture on his Instagram recently. What's going on with that? He doesn't love the club, man. He doesn't love the club. He's got to change his mentality. Hayden, Ahmed needs to cook Brighton if he wants to stay in the team. He absolutely does. It's a big season for Ahmed, of course. Eric Ten Hag said, this is Ahmed's season. This is what he said. He said, this is Ahmed's season. That's what he said, of course. So we hope that he can fulfill his potential. We know how good he is. I believe he's our best right winger right now, best performing right winger. Although Garnacho is very good on that side as well. But I believe that he will come good. He just needs to run a games. Brighton is a big game because Brighton will come at us a bit more. They will attack us a bit more, of course. Erwin, Dennis Irfan. What's going on, Dennis Irfan? Big up. For me, Scott McTominay better than Mount. What about? I'm not too sure about that, mate. Time will tell. Time is an education. Mount's won a Champions League and was one of their biggest players this season. But Mount hasn't performed at Man United yet. We have to wait and see what happens in regards to that. We have to wait and see what this season brings, of course. It's hard to compare players. They're different types of players as well, of course. McTominay's more of an attacking player for me. He's more of a guy who can nick a goal, who can go out front. Mount's more of a midfielder, number 10, stroke, false number 9. You know what I mean? Lies around me. Sal, you the man. Thank you. You create great community here. On that note, where's Sniper Man? Sniper Bin. Where is Sniper Bin? I haven't created a Sniper Bin at the moment because I need to create the Sniper Bin for anyone who makes ridiculous comments on here. Sniper Man, I have not seen him. This guy made me download a whole video for him to put on this show. I put it on this show and the guy went ghost. The guy went ghost. I cannot believe it. He's like Tupac, ghost. He went, where is he? Where is he? My goodness me. This guy, absolutely. He'll be back later probably. Almac, I hope the loan deal is good because last time PSG wanted a very high option price to make Ugarte permanent. I hope it's good as well, because at the end of the day, that is the stumbling block in regards to loans with an obligation to buy. You get interest, don't you? You get interest, and they may say now that we're giving you Ugarte, you're going to have to add 10 million onto the price tag. We'll have to wait and see with the nitty gritty, with the little details, the small details. We have to look at the small print when the signing is done. Hopefully, the signing should be done very soon, and we'll have all the details and all the small print in regards to the contract, etc. But it's obvious Ineos highly rate Ugarte, and Ten Hag highly rates Ugarte. I rated Ugarte way back when he played for Sporting Lisbon. I rated him back then. A fantastic player, of course. It worked well. Big up, Sal. Free Ugarte. Free Ugarte. Free Ugarte. Free the fella. Free him. Free him. For goodness sake, this is Oliver Twist in the mother. This is Oliver Twist. We need to get Ugarte. Please, sir. Can I have some more, sir? Please, sir. You need to get Ugarte out of PSG. They left him out of the squad on Friday against Le Havre, if I pronounce that right. They left him out of the squad, and they need to let him go now. This is a democracy at the end of the day. This is not Feltham. This is a democracy at the end of the day. This is not Wandsworth. We need Ugarte to be free. We need to get Ugarte free. Free Ugarte. Free Ugarte. Prasanth, Brighton is our bogey team for a few years. Yes, absolutely now. We beat them last year, by the way, Brownstaff. So I'm hoping that I'm taking some divine inspiration from that Brighton game last year, although Brighton had nothing to play for last year. So it's a tricky one, of course. At best, they draw, more likely to lose. Don't be like that, Brownstaff. Come on, have the faith. Have the positivity, my friend. We are on a roll, mate. We are on a roll. Just have the positivity. At best, a draw, more likely to lose. Did you watch the Brighton play Everton? I did, but Everton are rubbish. And they had 10 men. Everton are rubbish. Let's hope that Brighton crawl into a full sense of security. Man United will be ready for Brighton on Saturday. We're not silly. We're not Mr. Blobby. We're not crazy. We are Manchester United, and we'll be ready for Saturday. We'll be ready. 12:30 kickoff UK time, 3:30 for me. I'll be here for the live watch along. They better not let us down, guys. We will be there. Don't worry. I have full faith in the team and the squad. What's happening with Ugarte? Money, if we aren't paying for him this season, will we spend the money elsewhere? My prediction, Al-Mac, is we will spend the money elsewhere. I think the great thing about a loan with an obligation to buy is that we have money we can use elsewhere. We save money we can use elsewhere. Of course, the Ugarte deal, the loan with an obligation to buy, will come with a deposit, with a down deposit, like buying a car, but then they will come with a down deposit, so it will be a small amount of money, but that will leave us room and space to purchase a left back. I'm going for Kadioglu. I'm sticking my neck out here. I'm like a giraffe stretching to get that one bush at the end of the day. I am sticking my neck out right here. I'm saying that we will get Kadioglu. I want Kadioglu. Maybe it's because I want Kadioglu. I do. I've been singing the praise of Kadioglu for a long time now, guys. Absolutely. So hopefully we will do that. If not, it's going to be another morning. Mark, how you doing? Mark Norman, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is fine and dandy, and you've had your Weetabix. Big up. Tom Wasigi, how you doing, my friend? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Can I call you Tommy? What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Ugarte will come to Manchester United, Tommy. Don't worry, I'm 80% sure he will come. Alan, I call you Alan. He will 80% sure, my brother, that he will come to Man United. Absolutely 80% sure. I'm sticking my neck out like a giraffe again. I'm sticking my neck out, my man, and I think that he will come. Loan with an obligation to buy, of course. Loan with an obligation to buy. Let me have a look. Liza Rami, truly Ugarte is the game changer. Absolutely. We get him, Man United, to be able to play to the true potential. All the players will freed up an executive Ten Hag vision of play. Absolutely. And this is the key for the Ugarte transfer, is that he will free up Mainu. He will free up Casemiro. He will free up Bruno as well. He's going to act as that shield in front of the defence. Absolutely. Absolute good point. Roberts, how you doing? Will Man United sign? Yes, they will. 80% sure. Loan with an obligation to buy at the moment. Of course, it can all change. Manchester United, in the world of Manchester United, it can all change. We do get news every single 5 minutes in regards to Man United these days. United will wasteful against Fulham. Brighton will sadly be in trouble Saturday. 3-0 United win. On the left back, I would loan Reguilon for this season. Do you know what? We need a left back, Mark. Reguilon would be better than nothing. It would be better than nothing, but I would like a Kadioglu in there, Gutierrez, someone like that, Hermaso, someone like that, in my opinion. Big up, Tribe. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Ugarte and Kadiogu would definitely elevate us to a new horizon. Absolutely, it removed the transfer window from the 7 to an 8.5 in my opinion. It'll move it from a 7 to an 8.5, guys. Absolutely, 100%, 100%. D Pro Missy, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. PSG let Ugarte play for his dream team, Man U. He's a Man United fan. He's accepted personal terms a month ago. A month ago, he accepted personal terms. Absolutely spot on, D Pro. Absolutely. He needs to they need to let him go. This is not Wandsworth. This is not Feltham. This is football. This is a democracy. You have to let him go. He wants to play for Man United, for goodness sake, for crying out loud. Absolutely. Gigi, big up the channel, big up yourself, tribe, big up the legends, big up. Kerwin, I love Ugarte age, and he's still not even hit his prime 23. 23, we technically got 1 extra year on his service till he signs permanently. Absolutely, mate. It's so much to be positive about him signing for Man United. Young player, can develop as well. Under Ten Hag, under Ruud van Nistelrooy, under Rennie Hake as well. Can develop, of course. No way Brighton will attack us. And when they get gassed, they will leave spaces for us to expose Bruno, Ahmad, Rashford and Xerxes. Will hurt the opponent badly. Absolutely, Hayden. That's the spirit. I said 3-1, my guy. I said 3-1, and I believe it will be 3-1. You said 2-0. We'll go with that. A win is a win. We need a win at the end of the day. Irfan, Ahmed, Garnacho, Xerxes, Menu, Ugarte, Bruno, Martinez, Maurizio, Dalot, Onana for next game. Yeah, for Farash Keelia, yeah, of course, Keelia is also in fans' mind. I love the player Keelia. He would represent a huge transfer fee that we'll have to sell Rashford if we're going to get Keelia. That will we sell Rashford? This is the thing with it, of course. Grayo, Margot Regulon for me too. I was impressed with him last season. Yeah, surprising the ball didn't make it permanent. Big up yourself, Mark. Big up Almac. Yeah, let me just Almac. Big up Almac. Ferdy Gagliardi will be lessen the need for that second midfielder because he can fill in the midfield if necessary. Exactly, and he can play left wing back, he can play left-sided centre back, he can play left back. He's so versatile. He can play central midfield. The guy's brilliant, absolutely. I hope we do get that deal done. I hope we do. PSG play hardball for Ugarte. They are, and I'm very interested to know the loan with an obligation to buy, the terms and conditions. Is there a break clause in the contract? Is it more money if we buy him next year? I want to know the terms and conditions. I will bring them to you as soon as I get them. Of course, the window is already on 8. Ugarte makes it a 9. I think if we get a left back, KD, we're very, very weak on left-sided. We do need a left back. And also, we haven't got enough players left at the moment. We've only got, of course, we've got... was it Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Greenwood, and players like that. You know, we haven't got the main ones out, which is obviously Maguire, Lindelof, Mctominay, you know, Ericsson. You know, we haven't got the main ones out yet either as well. So we have to wait and see, definitely. But it is a positive window, KD, absolutely agree. How long is the FA going to take to sort out this competition for Cheeto? It's going to take a while. You know, when Man United are concerned, Gaio, they do take their time. I mean, we're not the biggest, the most popular team in regards to the FA. They don't like us much, even though they should celebrate us because we put the Premier League on the map. But I'm guessing that should happen by the close of the transfer window, which is on the 30th of August. Probably happen by the 29th of August, I'm guessing. Hayden, we will screw Brighton just as bad as that with Gov in a Wandsworth prison. Those who know what Wandsworth prison is. If you know what Wandsworth prison is, if you know what Feltham is, you know. I know a screw is a guy. He's a police officer. He's a prison officer who worked in Wandsworth. And yeah, it's a tough place. Honestly, it's like a Guantanamo Bay of London, of course. Guantanamo Bay. Lies around me. Brighton is a hard game. They're a good team, I agree. But they play a high line, which will suit us, and why I give United a good chance. Do you know if Brighton was smart? If they were smarter than they look, they would go low block against us. Because last season we've done that. We counter-attacked them well, and we finished them off. I think that we know their game now. We know their game. They're not like us. That one. Irfan, Martinez can play centre back, back midfield and left back too. Yes, he can. Surprised he hasn't been deployed into the centre midfield yet under Erik ten Hag. That's surprising in my opinion. If Ugarte signs tomorrow, he will only play off the bench for Casemiro on Saturday. Yes, that's exactly right. Do we start Martinez and De Ligt, or do we stick with Maguire? What do you make of Maguire so far, just to save his career? I think we should play De Ligt and Licha. That should be the centre back pairing for the time being. For going forward. That is a centre-back pairing. When De Ligt is injured, in comes Yoro. That is how it should be at the end of the day. Maguire is the third choice right-sided centre-back, in my opinion. It's about time that now we started playing De Ligt now, and we played Yoro as well. When he comes back from injury, hopefully sooner rather than later, of course. Depot, the addition of Ugarte and Man United would be like an earthquake this season. Don't play. Exactly, don't play. Don't underestimate. My goodness me, what an impact that could be. That's the difference maker. Oh my goodness me. If you think about what we're missing, Ugarte is that guy. We get counter-attacked on a lot. When we attack, we get counter-attacked, and that's a worry for the team going forward. But if we have Ugarte there, he could sweep up. Mainu, go forward. Bruno, you go forward. Casemiro, you go forward. It doesn't matter. I'm going to sweep up. I'm going to protect the back four. Don't watch that. PSG is the same. Too many midfielder boat us. We need to move some of these guys out. ASAP, absolutely. We've got too many dead wood in this team. We can't do it first window. We've done a couple. It's very hard. You can't blame Ineos for that. This is down to the Glazers and their astronomical wages that Murto and Woodward and all them. It's up to them and their astronomical wages that they've been giving these players for many, many years now. It's absolutely incompetent. And at the end of the day, hopefully this will change going forward. It already has with Xerxes. On less money, of course, as well. Irfan, De Ligt, Martinez have to play now. Yeah, absolutely, Irfan, 100% agree with you. We have to start getting them game time, and no better game to play than Brighton away, which will give them a good test as well. Xerxes reminds me of Berbatov. He does. He's very classy. It reminds me of Berbatov, absolutely. Berbatov, absolute legend. Of course, felt he should have played in the Champions League final against Barcelona at Wembley. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't pick him. He would have held up the ball better. But I'm going back again, ain't I? RMCF, what's going on? Are you Real Madrid? Are you Real Madrid in the chat? Are you Real Madrid? Is Mctominay better than Enzo? Mate, no. Mate, I can't say Mctominay's better than Enzo because Enzo's won things, if internationally as well. I just think at Chelsea right now, they've got too many players and they don't know the system that they're playing at the moment. They just got like 5-6 players for every position. So that doesn't help the team. Like, for example, if Enzo played for Man United, he would be a very good player now. He'd be balling right now. Trust me. Mark, what is the injury status on Højlund now? What is wrong? And when will he be back? At the end of the day, he picked up a niggling injury in the preseason, but he should be back in a couple of weeks, guys. That'll make it about 6 weeks injury. Although we have to wait and see with his fitness and his match fitness. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. Someone told me about a week ago that he will be fit to be on the bench against Brighton. I'm not too sure now. I've been looking it up and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it'll be the match after, maybe. But let's think about let's wait for the Liverpool game. I believe it'll be the Liverpool game. If we can get him fit for the Liverpool game, that'd be fantastic. Eliza Rami, Maguire, they say that he had a good game against Fulham. Not really. He gave the ball away a lot and had a very average low game. He didn't really have to do much, of course. He did okay. I mean, obviously, he was overly gassed, his performance, but he did okay. Right? He didn't make any mistakes, did give away the ball. At the end of the day, he's not the defender going forward. It should be De Ligt. And then if it's not De Ligt, it should be Yoro matching, a partner in Licha Martinez, of course. Absolutely. Mark, Enzo not doing well, but the only way better than... at the end of the day, Enzo, who's doing well for Chelsea, Enzo? At the end of the day, you have to ask that question. That's the big question. Who is doing well for Chelsea at the end of the day? No one is, because they've got too many players. They're all over the place. It's a mess, for goodness sake. It's a mess. It's like one of those discount those discount cruises you go across to the Caribbean. They're absolutely packed. It's like Stansted Airport. Does Chelsea want Sancho? Is the rumour? Chelsea do want Sancho. That rumour is true, what I'm hearing. But the wages are a stumbling block at the moment. I would love us to get rid of Sancho. I would love to get him out off the books because obviously he's still a Dortmund fan. He still loves Dortmund. He's still got the pictures up on his Instagram, etc. Go already, dude, McTominay. Deepastu, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you here. Are you a McTominay fan? McTominay fan is like a Tottenham Hotspur trophy cabinet. 6 years from now, Manchester United will have 100k seater stadium. Big up, we can't wait. The future's bright, the future's red, guys. At the end of the day, the future's bright, the future is red. That's what we're saying. Chelsea are the transfer harders of world football. They know they're buying too many players, mate. It's the Brady bunch. They're buying too many players. They got a family tree, for goodness sake. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they got too mmany players. They're absolutely mad with the amount of players they got on their books. For goodness sake. Their books is like a school register. My goodness me. That's it. I mean, the amount of players they got, for goodness sake. They can't play all of them, can they, at the end of the day? And that is what's affecting them. Now they want Federico Chiesa as well. Oh, dearie me. Goodness me. They need to calm down a little bit. I would as well, Depanchu. Absolutely, I'll sell him. Absolutely, I'll just get him off the books myself. I think he's a problem. But Guy had a good game, to be fair. It's not. It's not hate. At the end of the day, he had a good game. Anything above that is exaggerating. He had a good game. That's it. I don't think he played like world class. He had a good game. At the end of the day, but going forward, it's delict, as we know, KD. It's delict at the end of the day. I believe it should be. But obviously, Maguire's there when needed. And one thing I will say about Maguire, and I'll say this very in testament to him, he never moans, he never complains, he gets on with it, and he doesn't moan, he doesn't write tweets, he doesn't complain, he gets on with it. You know, I know he's on 190k a week, I'll get on with it as well if I was on 190k a week, of course. Guys around me, Chelsea need to sell. I can fire Sal coming. They do need to sell, absolutely. Absolutely, they got all these players on these 9-10 year contracts, for goodness me. So they end their contract looking at Victor Meldrew. Irfan, what's going on? Xerxes can play, he needs to start for Man United. Now I agree, mate, I do agree. The only thing with Erik ten Hag, if we're going to criticise Erik ten Hag about anything, he is stubborn. He is stubborn. I hope he will play Xerxes at the weekend. I think he deserves it after that goal. Saved our arse, of course. Saved our bacon. Why is United not in for Victor Roque? I think he could replace Martial perfectly. Victor Roque is just a year into his contract at Barcelona, of course. Didn't do too well at Barcelona last season, but he's committed to staying at Barcelona. Recently, he said he wants to have one more year at Barcelona to see how it goes. So Victor Roque will stay at Barcelona, unfortunately, for that. Yeah. Almat, Chelsea bought in Lavia and he hardly plays. He would be a great... Chelsea have signed £90 million players and not played them. They're mad. They're absolutely off their head. Why don't they give me the money? Give us the money. We'll take it. We'll make more use of it. Chelsea will have a fire sale, but yeah, absolutely. They will have a fire sale. Exactly. But they have to have a fire sale because they've got too many players on their books at the end of the day. Far too many players on their books, guys. They absolutely need to sell some of those players and make sure those players are moved on quickly, guys. Absolutely. Guys, it's been an absolutely brilliant show. I've absolutely enjoyed it. I'm over the time by 10 minutes, but it's been an absolutely brilliant show. Really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. If there's any news, I will come on live. I will break the news to you guys. I will speak the news to you guys. If any news breaks, I will be here live for you guys. You guys are absolute legends. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope everything is cushy and everything is fine. And we all have. Let me just read this tweet from Liza. It reminds me of Marseille 2.0 and Ten Hag. Really love Marseille. Yeah. Absolutely. Cheers, Mark. Cheers, everyone. Absolutely. That's a good point, Liza, around me. Absolutely. Big up, Mark. Yeah, big up everyone in the chat who joined me today. You're absolute legends. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash a like. It's very important for the channel, guys. Very, very, very important. We need to subscribe. We need to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share it to your friends. Click the video, whatever you want to do with the video, you can, as long as it's not anything dodgy, of course. Cheers, Grayo. Thank you so much for joining me. Absolute pleasure to have you here, of course. Cheers, everyone. Hayden, let's read this comment. Do you remember when Berbatov picked the ball up in midfield, sprayed it with the outside of his foot to Nani, busted a gut to get in the box and scored a beautiful goal? I bet you reminded our mate. Do you remember when Berbatov got the ball at near the corner flag, near the touchline next to the goal, and done a 360 turn with 2 inches between him and the player, and set up a tap in? Do you remember that? That was underrated. If that was Dennis Bergkamp, if that was anyone else, at the end of the day, there'll be Netflix series about it. There'll be Netflix series about it, guys. Big up, guys. Big up, lies around me. Take it easy, my friend. Have a good one. Salam alaikum and namaste and arrivederci, all you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Great stream. Have a great, lovely day. So have a lovely day, 2KD. Good to see you again. I hope you're feeling well and hope your family are blessed, guys. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day. See you later. Peace.